Nigerians believe Peter Obi is the hope for 2027. But here is the uncomfortable truth. There are 5 powerful reasons why Obi might not win, no matter how popular it seems. This isn't about attacking Obi, it's about exposing the reality of Nigerian politics that even the best candidates cannot even escape. So stay with me, because the 5th reason explains why your vote might not even matter in 2027. Let's get into it. Reason 1. Weak party structure. Watch this video.
But these things keep coming up. They're also talking about his support for, groups and not being able to condemn activities of insecurity in the southeast. A lot of people are also saying things like, oh, he didn't do as much as he claimed. He was also hypocritical in his time. So why is he being shielded? Why can't he be made to run in an open contest against ATIKU and the best man wins? Why are we begging everybody? That's why I say at this rate, maybe we'll probably beg Tinubu to also step down for him.
Here's the part most obedient don't like to hear. Why is Peter Obi avoiding open primary contest? And it appears that is the reason why Obi left APGA for PDP. Also from PDP to Labour. At the moment, it seems Obi is confused. He identified with ADC today and yet Labour tomorrow. So it is clear that Labour Party lacks governors, senators, local grassroots machineries. I'm sure if they do, none of them will allow selection instead of election at any primaries. Have you noticed something? Peter Obi show up faster at disaster scene than at official ceremony. That is another point. Seeking sympathy instead of grassroots politics. Would that work for him? Let's leave the story for another day. I will leave you to connect the dots in the comments. And my reason 2 is the power of governors and senators. In 2023, Obi won votes but struggled in rural areas. Let's look at the numbers from 2023. Peter Obi performed very well in the south, where he scored about 43% of votes. But in the north, that dropped drastically, just 14%. And that is according to verified INEC data compiled by DataFight. Now, why the north-south divide is not the same thing as rural versus urban. It tells us something very important. Obi's support was concentrated in more urban, educated, and economically stronger areas. In fact, a study from 2025 confirmed this. Labour Party votes were higher in states with better educations and higher income levels. That means in Nigeria, most rural poorer communities, the places where governors and local power brokers hold sway, Obi had much lesser tractions. And if you can't dominate rural Nigeria, you can't dominate the ballot. Now, let's quickly dive into the governors and senators' power. As of today, APC, All Progressive Congress, has 23 governors. PDP, People's Democratic Party, has 10 governors. Labour Party has only 1 governor, that is Abia State, Alex Oti. Who knows if he's not going to defect? And APGA, All Progressive Grand Alliance, 1 governor. NNPP, New Nigeria People's Party, 1 governor. Will the Senate favor Obi? Let's find out. APC has 70 whooping senators and PDP has 28 senators. Labour Party 5 senators. That is, Obi has limited reach. Tinubu's APC network is not on social media. It is far more bigger. And my reason 3 is money politics and vote buy. You like it or not, this is the harsh truth. Nigerians are still buying votes for rice, 5,000 naira, or promises. Even the president, despite Nigerians cannot see physical evidence of what he has done, he is still giving promises of hope because Nigerians love it. So, in 2023 elections, it shows that there was rampant vote trading. Unless Obi can outspend APC or PDP, he's already at a disadvantage. That reminds me, in 2023 elections, Labour Party involved more of volunteers than spending the money the diaspora has given to them. Now that you know that Peter Obi had 14% vote in the north, do you think it's going to make a very huge difference in 2027? That is why we cannot ignore reason 4, which is ethno-religious politics. Do Nigerians really vote for competence, or do we still vote for tribe or religion? When Tinubu ran into Muslim ticket, many thought it will end his chances. Instead, he swept the key northern states. Meanwhile, Obi was pointed as a Christian, a Igbo candidate, a label that limited his reach in the north. regardless of his messages. Go to villages in Kano or Katsina, and many voters will tell you straight to your face, I cannot vote for a Christian. Go to the east, you will hear a different story, which is the opposite. This is not about Peter Obi. It's about the country where tribes and religion decide leadership more than competence. And this is why the likes of ATIKU Abubakar still want to contest, because he knows Nigerians still vote over tribe or religion lines. ATIKU also knows that northern voters may see Obi as not one of them. He's not one of us. This is reality. Whether fear or not, that shapes the outcome. So here's the bitter truth. Until Nigerians rise above ethnics and religious politics, it won't matter if the candidate is Obi, ATIKU, or even the best leaders on paper. The system is wired to reward identity over ideas. Reason 5. INEC and systematic rigging. Beaver's failures and election tribunal controversies from 2023 till now is what we are still facing. Many Nigerians feel INEC doesn't deliver true results. That is, without reform, if Obi wins at the poll, the system might not even declare it. Last election was Beavers and IRF glitches. Who knows what trick they are going to present to us in 2027? So, it's not about Peter Obi cannot win. But if Nigeria doesn't fix these 5 problems, no candidate, no matter how good, can truly win in 2027. And that brings me to the bigger question. Who really runs Nigeria? Because until we answer that, election might just be the cycle of disappointment. Do you think it's Tinubu or something invisible, or some people invisible in power?
For that, but 2026 is the real year.
Yeah.
Campaign will start, primaries will hold, people will start making their affiliations known. We still expect a lot of debunking and all that. Some people say in politics, one day is like a whole year, anything can change. You can't say for now. The APC learned a lesson in 2023. They never underestimated anybody again. As it stands now, any opposition that comes to any APC run state will be blocked. They either use thugs to pursue you, they make it uncomfortable for you. Malami has been attacked now twice. Same thing with RUFAI as well. Peter, what's his name? Badibo Roads Vival right here in Lagos. So you're seeing attacks from certain persons, from certain opposition political parties, and I'm referring to ADC members. I don't think they're afraid of the PDP. They see themselves as brothers and sisters. So it feels like it's like a clean win for the president for 2027, God willing, if nothing happens. But the question is, what are the areas you would advise him to look into? There's still hope. There's still some possibilities to look into. What are those possibilities to look into that he has not considered?
Okay, so number one, I like to make it very clear that APC is afraid.
Okay.
Yes, APC is afraid. And that's why when you heard that former President JOHNATHAN was coming, they began to attack him, sub to attack her, and so nothing is certain.
Okay.
And that's a product of what happened in 2023. They've learned their lesson, and they are extremely very, 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 very careful. So having said that, I think the concentration of Peter Obi, one of the good things that has happened with the reforms, with our electoral reform, is the gap between primary and the secondary and the real election.
Yes.
So the gap is wide now, very wide. So if anybody is able to pick the ticket of any political party and his name can come out as a candidate, such person is a potential winner because there's a huge gap between when the primary is held and when the election. The primary will be held around June 2026, and the election is coming up
in February 2027.
So they have enough time. So the concentration now should be on how to get the platform. If he stays in ADC, he may not get the
what
ticket.
if ATIKU steps down at the last minute? What then?
Even if ATIKU steps down, I cannot trust Peter Obi to be able to get the ticket.
Why?
Because I read about him and I've not seen him in a battle to get party tickets.
He's not power hungry. He has said he's not power hungry.
So
he's also not desperate, and he's trying to introduce a kind of clean politics.
Okay, so
not the type of politics that we know.
And I totally love him. You remember there was a president who came on board to fight the election that brought him to power. Yaradua.
Yes.
But when they were doing the election, he never said they should not do it. He was just waiting that once I get to power, I'm going to change all of those things.
And he actually tried.
He tried. He did his reforms.
Yes,
he tried. Kudos to him. So, and I think that says that I've not seen Peter Obi really fight for ticket. Even as governor, he was actually called. I don't want us to go to details of those ones. He was actually called to, because somebody felt that this one is credible and all of that. It's almost the same thing that happened in Rivers and all of that. So these other people you are fighting with have consistently been in the battle of getting ticket in various political parties. So you may say ATIKU is stepping down. Is Amechi stepping down? who and who, because politics is such a crazy thing. I remember I was in student union years back, and people were coming to meet me that they wanted to run for student union president. I never told them I was running.
Okay.
So there could also be a few other people that will run. So I want him to concentrate all his strategy. Leave Nigerians. A lot of Nigerians already love you.
Yeah.
Concentrate your strategy on how, at the end of the day, you will not disappoint these people by not getting any platform. So the politics of Peter Obi now should be the politics of platform, not the politics of the generality of the people. So once he's able to get wherever, this other party that you talk about, is it AA?
Yes.
It's also a credible opportunity for him to be. I remember in Ondo State. Okay, so there was something that happened. Abuja made a decision that all card-carrying members of APC who are in the House of Reps or Senate should return automatically. That means that they should not do primary. And the city governor then was not pleased with it. He told all his people to decamp to AA, to go and run election in AA. Why? Because AA is AA. Very simple to market. AA is AA. The position on the ballot paper too is quite good. And you see a lot of politicians using it as an alternative party. So it's not a bad thing. But too many politicians have used AA in the past. So that may also put question mark on the integrity of the leadership of the party in terms of trust. I'm not saying they've committed anything, but in terms of trust. Yeah.
Okay, the U.S. lawmaker is urging President Donald Trump to declare Nigeria a country of particular concern over Christian killings. It's getting a lot of momentum. Lately, about 4 or 5 U.S. senators are pushing it. This time around, they're calling on Trump to intervene on the matter. There are a lot of conspiracy theories around this whole thing. But because of that, the president has eventually called for a Council of State meeting. A couple of Nigerians feel that it may be too late. Some people think that if not for what is currently happening, he wouldn't have called for it. That the president had been silent with a spate of unrest in certain states. They even expected him to have declared a state of emergency in some of the states that insecurity had become quite volatile compared to how he quickly declared a state of emergency in Rivers. Very, very quick. It didn't take up to 24 hours. He made that decision. Kwara, Kogi, Zamfara, Niger, Borno, Maiduguri. These are states that have gone through insecurity, not just in the past or present. Benue is just relaxing a little, but they're still having issues, pockets of issues in the community. Bokos, Mango in just Plateau State as well. The same thing. You saw what happened earlier this year. About 3 different occasions, they had uprisings there where they killed a lot of people while they were burying. Another one happened. So they expected the president to declare a state of emergency, but they said the president was light on it by telling Governor Caleb Mutfwang to do the needful by resolving the imbroglio between the farmers and the herders. There have been complaints that communities are being renamed. The Nigerian military is aware of it, but they're not doing anything about it. The few they're doing is not effective enough. There are talks of politicization within the Nigerian army. Their funds being siphoned. Different things are ongoing. So it took the U.S. call on constituting or delegating Nigeria as a country of particular concern for this to happen. And do you think the president is afraid of his persons?
Okay, so I think let's begin by understanding the concept of security and insecurity. When you say a community is secure, it's not in the absence of crime. It is in the response to crime. So we are not saying the community
it's not in the absence
of crime.
It's in the response to crime. Very good.
So you, for example, you can say, let's use the US as an example. You can say, oh, US is secured. But you can hear of gun raid in school yesterday. But what is the response time? What brought us to this level is our lack of response to criminal activities. In fact, I've said it when President Buhari, former President Buhari was there. I said, anything can happen in the community and they will say, oh, Fulani headsmen, Fulani headsmen. I said, no. Most of those crimes are committed by locals. But the government allowed it. Because when Fulani herders were killing people, the government did not respond to it. So what locals did was to buy a franchise into the crime by kidnapping in the name of Fulani herders. I was involved in one that happened in Ibadan. In fact, I was part of people that were looking for the guy and all of that. They collected the ransom under the bridge in the city of Ibadan. In the city of Ibadan. Like they came into the city under the bridge, and that's where
they collected the money.
And I'm talking about 2 or 3 months ago. Yes.
In Ibadan.
In the city of Ibadan. In the city
not
of
Ibadan.
Forest, if you want me to mention, I'll mention the name of the person kidnapped. In the city of Ibadan. They came to the city to collect the ransom under the bridge. So since that happened, I have begun to see things a bit differently. See, people may be in Lagos and they may think, oh, because we're in Lagos, oh, nothing can happen and all of that. But we have seen the trade of the crime
Yeah.
is moving
It's
downwards.
moving downwards, yeah.
Now, the life in Lagos is not more important than the life in Kwara. But what that means to them strategically is that it's a triumphant ideology that once we are able to enter Lagos, we have conquered the nation. When President JOHNATHAN was there, one of his strategies was to keep crime in the northeast so that it doesn't spill into here. You know how they shocked him? They came to bomb the UN house.
That's true. I remember that.
They came to bomb the UN house
embassy.
to tell him, what can be more embarrassing than that? So these people are committing crime and they are living free. It will be unfair, honestly. And this is not about Bola Tinubu administration. It's just about government. The essence of government is to do for the people what they cannot do for themselves. And the people cannot secure themselves. So I think the government, beyond all this political talk, because if you talk now, somebody is coming, we attack you. And I look at it and say, all of these things are unnecessary. For some of us who have resolved not to be here, we need to say our mind without offending the sensibility of other people who may not also believe in what we believe in. But I think there's a point of agreement for everyone that we need to concentrate on security.
Mr. John Ojon,
yeah.
In 2015, one of the premises that the APC used to oust Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was insecurity.
Yeah.
The whole Chibok girl situation got to a point, it got to the international community. We were seeing hashtag bring back our girls. Barack Obama, the wife, Nollywood actors and actresses. This was what was reigning. The APC told us that they will stop corruption, they will revitalize the nation, the economy, as well as end insecurity. But in the APC's administration of 10 years, the insecurity in Nigeria took a turn that is unbelievable. Like literally unbelievable. No community is spared. The worst part is no longer about the Fulani agenda or jihadist kidnapping by certain individuals not affiliated with religion whatsoever is now the order of the day. They're making money out of it. Some people even do self-kidnap to tell you how much money they make out of it.
There's an economy surrounding kidnapping now, and it's a booming one. It's a booming one because the only way to deter people from doing crime, there are two ways to do that. In every community, there's the philosophy of the 10%.
Okay.
In every community you see across the world, there's the philosophy of the 10% who want to commit crime.
Okay.
Now, it's also wealth. Wealth also, there's the principle of the 10% of the wealthy people. So the principle of the 10% philosophically is universal. Now, when it comes to crime, there's always the principle of 10% of people that want to commit crime. It is the duty of government to rally the remaining 90% against this 10%. So if you enter a community and people suspect you, they can call their government.
Exactly.
But there's a major gap between the governor and the government to the point that believability is lost in the process. So now the government can be defending itself, but the government is not going to do anything if it does not procure the believability that is needed to fight crime. My people were traveling with a policeman. He lost Costa bus. They shot at the driver in one of the eastern states. They shot at the driver and they killed the driver, killed the policeman, and they kidnapped a few of them, and the remaining ran into the bush. You know what happened? They ran into a farm, and the farmer saw them. They came to the farmer that, our colleagues have been killed and all of that. They thought the farmer was taking them to hide them. The farmer took them back to the kidnappers. I'm not telling you fairy tale, I'm telling you of my people. So it means that the community is in active connivance with the criminals. The criminals, the kidnappers, and what have you. And the government is unable to break it. Because the people that the government is supposed to rally around don't even believe in their government.
This is what the chief of defense staff has been
saying. They don't even believe in their government.
He's been complaining about this for a long time.
I did something. I was doing a program on public leadership in the UK. Everything I was taught is about the UK police. Because they see the UK police as the symbol of their public police, of their public service. When you come to Nigeria, our police is supposed to be the symbol. But do you know what happened? Philosophically, we got it wrong. The policeman is earning little. I'm going somewhere. It's earning little. And because the policeman is earning so little, if you get to all the establishment, about 100 establishments that have questioned, you see that the least paid people there are the security. Because of a wrong philosophy. Now, when you drive, even in areas, and this is very sensitive, even in areas that are manned by military, you see the way they are looking, they are hungry. 1,000 naira can make them close their eyes to whatever crime that is being committed in the community.
President Tinubu increased their allowance from 44 to 90 something. They usually used to get their stipends directly to their account. When the president increased it, the money was sent to their commandants' accounts, the account of their leaders. Those ones now send what they want to send to them.
The problem has never been with the gun-carrying members of the military. The problem has always been with the money-carrying members of the military. Those are those people that are in charge of budget. That has been. I grew in the barracks. I have a clear understanding. I was telling my young one that I will come into your estate and I will not call you. And in the estate, there's not how you get in without calling them. I said I will get into your estate without calling you. So we practically made a bet. I was going to get it. So what I was doing is that anytime I get there, I look at their faces, I distribute 2,000 around. I kept doing that. If I see a new guy, I'll call, are you new here? I give 2,000. I did that for a period of time. The next time I was going, I didn't call her. I came there, they generated the code for me on their system, sent it to my phone, used the code to enter. That's what happens in Nigeria. They kidnapped my friend, who is the national president of Afenifere youth organization.
I remember when they did that.
Yes.
He was in their custody.
Yes,
for quite a while.
Ojajuni.
Yes.
Ojajuni. We ran together. He was in NNPP. I was in YPP. We were candidates together and ran for the same office. When they kidnapped him, one of the conversations he had after that was that everywhere they went to deliver ransom, all of them, because they kidnapped them together and they put the money together, so they will ask you, take this to Kwara, take this to this thing. Everywhere they went to deliver ransom was very close to a military checkpoint. Everywhere. That cannot be accidental.
Was close to a military checkpoint.
Everywhere. The
I
three places
heard that sometimes when they kidnap, it's really close to a military checkpoint.
Yes, the 3 places they went to deliver ransom, according to him, he's alive. He will not die. The 3 places they went to deliver ransom was close to. So what have we done? We have destabilized believability. Our people can no longer believe in our government again. We have also spoiled the military, the security, this thing, by first of all, dehumanizing them. How can somebody, a high-ranking, and I don't want to sound very proud, a high-ranking officer, an officer in the police, before you become an officer, you must have got to an ASP. My driver earns more than an ASP. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. So we can't continue to keep our security system like this and expect to give their best. Let me also shock you. If a cobra or a constable dies in my village, in Eseldo, in Ondo State, before they will pay his gratuity, the IG in Abuja has to sign. That's how ridiculous it is. And in the process, shamefully, we have to also talk about it, it's our nation. In the process, we have seen situations where some people, even within the service, we have to sleep with the wife of the slain officer to get his gratuity across. These are the
5 important reasons why Peter Obi will not win 2027 election. Hey, these people. Anyways, like I normally said, everybody have their own opinion. It was his own opinion. He was making his own observation. So he now heard it. So I'm not kind of condemn it, because if I condemn it, that means somebody too will now condemn what I said. Everybody has to say their feelings, say what they feel about particular opponent. But for me, I wish Nigeria to be a better place. I wish and hope that one day we'll wake up to see a beautiful Nigeria that we all dream about. A beautiful country with securities, not insecurities. A beautiful country with our future children's hope. A beautiful country, like recently they were just saying that the scarcity of gas, no gas to cook food. If you don't get gas to cook food, oh goodness God. Anyways, your opinion too is highly needed in the comment section. What did you think? Is Obi going to campaign for vanity, or it will make sense for him to become a president, or it will just be as normal politicians, they know what they are doing, it's a circle, it rotates. So if you become a president, what they say you should do, that is what you will do. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section. It's still me, your girl in the building. You into media, it's all about politics, entertainment, trending videos, trending news, and we talked more about politicians. Love and peace always. Mwah, kisses.